Hello and welcome back. You're tuned into Revision Hub with Jazzy Jane. I'll be continuing to look at exam practice for my AS people, especially. I'll be doing A-level videos soon, so just stay tuned for them. So in this video, I'll be looking at educational exam questions. Very important. I'll be looking at the education, which is paper 1. 2018, which is a paper 1, which I'll be looking at. Question 1 says, define the term social solidarity. It is a 2-marker question. When it says 2 markers, it's important to not just state it but define it, and it's good to use key examples and make sure it is brief. You don't spend long on this. It's advisory to for the 2 and 6 markers for you to do bullet points, because when you do bullet points you can quickly get those quick marks and spend more time on the longer questions. So do not forget to state it, define it, explain it. That's the key. Example number 1 is social solidarity is seen through the school logo or motto. Here you will only get that, so that is simply just stating. The second one is social solidarity, togetherness seen by the school logo or motto. Pause and have a think how many marks this would get. Have a chat with someone next to you and see how much marks do they think that they will get, or even a friend. So pause and have a think. Okay, let me reveal. Let's look at the first one. It's seen through school logo motto. Here we can see just an example is given, nothing more than an example. It's not defining, it's just giving an example. So that would just get you 1 mark because you've just given an example. Whereas social solidarity is togetherness, which is seen via the school logo and motto, here you would definitely get 2 marks because you have not just stated it, you have defined it, you've explained it briefly, and you've used an example. As you can see, I'm meeting all of these points, but it's only in 1 sentence, so take note of that too. I hope this is actually very helpful for you guys. Continuing, question 2, using 1 example, briefly explain how boys' behaviour in school may make it difficult for them to do well within the educational system. It's a 2 marker, so don't spend very long on it. It needs to be very, very quick bullet points as I mentioned. So first you highlight all the keywords. I would highlight boys' behaviour, explain how, keyword how, make it difficult, and educational system. Then close your eyes, quickly flash back your notes where you remember this section. This will be much more easier if you have remembered your notes. I advise people to do exam questions only after they have got all the notes and revised, tested and repeated. If they have followed that formula, which is a simple formula, it doesn't take long to do it, then if you followed that formula, then it will be easier for you to close your eyes and you can quickly get the information and then you can write it down on paper, because that really helps you to emboss your notes into your brain, and then this is just putting everything on paper. So this is important. Let's go. So boys join subcultures, so it's hard for them to do 1. Example 1. Example 2, boys form an anti-school subculture since they are labelled negatively, and when these subcultures form, they do not focus in lessons. As a result, they underperform in schools. Pause, have a think. How many marks would this get, and why would that get certain marks, and why wouldn't it get certain marks? Think about that. Okay, let's go back. Boys join subculture, so it's hard for them to do well. It's simply just stating it's a valid reason, but it's just stating, and the keyword there is how. Whenever you see the keyword how, or whenever you see the keyword explain, very important 2 keywords, you need to explain. It has how and explain too, so really reinforces that too. So the second one is anti-school subcultures. Negatively, subcultures don't focus in lesson, underperform in exams. Here we can see we've explained it very well, giving an example and showing how it affects boys' educational achievement within the educational system, causing them to not do well. So remember, this is like a flowchart. You need to think of it like that. It's like a cycle and a flowchart. So go for that like that, okay? So as you can see, the difference between achieving a 1 mark and a 2 mark. You can also see it's bullet points. It's no more than 3 sentences. It's 2 sentences for the 2 marker. So don't spend long on these questions. Okay, moving on to question 3, which is outline and explain 3 reasons on how the education system could be fair to everyone. 6 marks, 3 minutes, needs to be quick. If you don't want to spend long on these questions, and you're allowed to bullet point on 2 and 6 marker only, not on a 10 marker. Please do not spend longer on these questions because you need more time for the juicy questions, which is the 20 marker onwards. Okay, so 3 examples. Keywords, again, highlights, fair to everyone, education system, how. Okay, so fair to everyone, what keyword would it be? Flashback to your notes, have a think, pause. Okay, after pausing, we can see that fair to everyone is meritocratic. So you should use the word meritocracy, and you should go to your notes and flashback where it says meritocratic or fair to everyone. Example 1. Firstly, everyone's given the same example. Secondly, exam paper. Secondly, parents can be part of the marketization process. Lastly, education is free. How many marks do you think this will get and why? Pause and have a think. Let me reveal. So first, everyone gets the same exam paper, marketization, education is free. Okay, 3 valid reasons, but is it actually explaining? When it says how, it also means explain. So with the 6 markers, you just don't need to state it. Although the stating is right, you'll get 3 marks for this, but you have not explained, so that will enable you to even get 6 marks. Example 2's education system is meritocratic because every child is given the same paper, ensuring no child is at a disadvantage. Secondly, parents have access to the same material, which is online, which helps with the marketization process, such as league tables and Ofsted, making the education system fair to everyone. Lastly, education is free to ensure that everyone has a chance towards education. So as you can see, it's only a few sentences. It's no more than it's 3 sentences, 5 sentences, 5 sentences that I've used, and that allows me to get 6 out of 6. Here we can clearly see we've said what it is, like example 1, but then we've explained it. So we have to go further on this so that we can get 6 marks. Hopefully you can see the difference between a 3 marker and a 6 marker question. Okay, it's helpful and very, very helpful for you to separate your points into paragraphs so that you can signpost to the examiner that, okay, the examiner will look at your paper, see 3 paragraphs, and will instantly be like, okay, this child is giving 3 examples, so he's meeting the first section of the question, and then it will allow you to get more marks. So this is a top tip, so keep that in mind too. Okay, and question 4, outline and explain 2 ways in which the function of the education system affects educational achievement. This is a 10 marker, so you cannot bullet point. You have to use the paragraphs and use 2 of them. If you use my sentence structures and you use the content in my video, then you can definitely achieve 10 out of 10. Okay, so first, keywords, function, okay, and the effect. So what types of functions can you recall from your notes? Pause and have a think. Okay, let me reveal. The functions are Marxist, functionist, feminist, can be other functions as well. But the key word is not only the function, but also the effect of it. If you just did the function, I don't think you'll get some marks, but you won't get the full 10 marks that you want. So this is how it is. So have a go. I urge you to actually have a go rather than just looking at my answer that I've given. If you've got an answer, if you want to email it to me or you want to just pop it in the comment section, I'll be willing to actually go through that question and see what you've done right and what you've done wrong and how you can improve within this. So you can do that, and I'll be willing to look at your question too. Let me go through my example. Human rights sociologists Chubb and Moore argue the main function of the education system is for the process of marketization to take place. Instantly, we can see sociological terms and keywords, and also the pack being successful in terms of the R through New Right. Continuing, this is where schools compete in order to increase the standards and efficiency. Jackson and Roger build on Chubb and Moore's theory and further argue that due to the process of marketization, girls are cream-skinned whilst boys are slit-skinned. Linking this to the question, we can clearly see that due to girls being cream-skinned, they go to better schools and outperform, whilst boys continue to underperform since they are slit-skinned to underperforming schools. Evidence to support this is that girls today continue to outperform boys at all levels of the educational system. Taking this in account, sociological theory, we can clearly see that the function of the education system has a huge effect on people's educational achievement. This is a strand because all evidence provided by sociologists is not just theoretical but also empirical. Okay, so you need one more paragraph like this. This will get full on 5 marks. To get the other 5 marks into your bag, then you need to do a separate point, but just like this. Follow my sentence starters and everything that I provided in my previous video. You can have a look into that too, and I'll make it easier by making it into a playlist too. Green, again, criticisms, as I mentioned, it can be positive or negative. Blue, sociology explanation and keywords. I've named theories, I've looked at keywords too. The keyword here is that even if I don't have the sociologist trouble more and I just use marketization, I'll still get the mark. Suppose if you don't remember that, keywords are also essential for you to get those marks. Okay, red, again, linking to the question. Have a look how many times I've used the word function. Pause, have a look at that. And it really shows the examiner that, you know what, I'm focused on the question. I'm answering the question. So if you sometimes drift focus from the question, it's good to highlight the keyword, which is function, and make sure you've constantly kept on repeating it. If you've constantly kept on repeating it correctly, using the good explanation, following the paragraph, then definitely you'll get all of the marks. Again, another point is required to get 10 marks, and it has to be a separate point. You can do the other point if you wish. Put it in the comments section. If you want my email, feel free to have that too. I'll be giving it if you need it, and I'll be willing to actually help you on this. Okay, so next video I'll be continuing to look at the exam questions. I apologize because my video recorder does not allow me to film more than 20 minutes of content, so sorry about that, but I'll be linking it in this video too. So till then, just take good rest, revise, and just stay tuned and keep good watch of my next video, which I'll be continuing. A sneak peek into it would be the 20 mark question, which I'll be answering in my next video. Till then, thank you so much.